Hebrew Israelites, we come out every week to let the people know that who you inwardly call Jesus Christ is coming back to save his said people, an elect of his said people. All right? We're going to start by giving all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash.
That's the name of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son through the Holy Spirit. Okay? So we're out here to prophesy unto you the things that are going to happen unto this country, the things that are going to happen unto the world. All right? Contrary to popular belief, when the Lord returns, if you even believe the Lord returns, he's not coming back to save everybody and be happy with everybody. He has a chosen elect people who he will save. He has a chosen people who he only loves, and then he's only going to save an elect or a remnant of those said people.
Right.
All right? Oh yeah, let me give slack. Let me give double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect that give your life and your diligence to earn your salvation. Shalom. All right, so back to the point is, you people in your actions proclaim that you don't care about the Lord coming back. All right? Well, whether you like it or not, he's not coming back to shake hands and let you ride on cloud 9. He's coming back with vengeance, okay? Because a lot of atrocities have been done to his chosen people and from his chosen people. All right? So he's not coming back in a good mood. He came nice and talking when he came the first time, over 2,000 years ago, and now when he returns, he ain't coming back like that. You got something?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 27, I'm going to read down to 31. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
The Son of Man, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he's coming back from the east, just like the rising of the sun, all right? He's going to come back that direction, and he's going to set the world aright when he gets back. Go ahead, bro.
For whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
When he shows back up, he's going to flood the skies with his chariots.
Gone.
All right? He's going to show up and flood the skies with his chariots, where you're not going to be able to see the sun or the moon. But you're going to wonder in bewilderment of what is that? Who is that? What's about to happen? All right? And then you're going to realize he does have vengeance for you. You're going to realize, and then it's going to sink into you that you've been wicked your whole damn life and pushed wickedness, and today is your judgment.
So like that's why it says in Amos, the 5th chapter, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Yep.
What end is it for you, man?
Yep.
That day shall be what?
Darkness and not light.
Darkness and not light.
Right.
It's gonna be darkness and gloominess, man. It's gonna be total hell out here. All right, the skies is dark while you got burning buildings, flames going up. All right, missiles being shut off, gunfire, people running, screaming.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all chaotic all over the world. Man.
Bloody murder.
You know?
And it's going to be all over the world.
All over.
Okay, everybody's going to know the Lord has showed up to the earth.
Yep.
If you ain't been watching the prophecies, I'm going to let you get right back. If you haven't been watching the prophecies, the Heavenly Father is rolling the red carpet out for his son. All right, go ahead, bro.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Yep, you're going to see him coming with clouds and power and great glory. Now, for you that don't believe or aren't doing, or if you're not an Israelite or whatever the case may be, it's going to be the day. It's going to be the sight of your destruction at hand. But for the elect, we're looking at it as the chariots of salvation. All right, these are the vehicles that's going to rescue us out of this hellhole. All right, out of this wicked society, out of the dangers that's going on in the earth at the time. All right, particularly, get the missiles for me.
Missile over here.
Yeah, oh, you can just shoot it over there. particularly the missiles, okay? Particularly when America's destroyed and certain other parts of the world destroyed, it's going to be the vehicles that's going to help us to escape those things. When I say us, I'm talking about the elect. Lord, we are all the elect. That's what we're out here to do, to earn our salvation. You got it, bro.
Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Read that again. That's the answer right there.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. His elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
He's going to grab the scattered Israelites that are of the elect from the four corners of the earth and hide them into those chambers, into those chariots, okay, to escape all the destruction that's going on. You got it?
Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld
Another
them.
name for cloud, to break it down, is chariot. Or to put it in plain speak for you people that don't understand, it's a so-called UFO. But we know what those are, okay? All these UFO sightings that you see, this isn't by coincidence in the signs of the end days. That's a sign of the angels and the Lord coming back, all right? That's who's going to be in those. That's going to rescue us out of that. That's how destructive that this is, that this situation truly is. And he had to come back with an angelic force to rescue us out of the destruction that's coming. You got it, bro.
It says, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, talking about the elect,
Right.
and their enemies beheld them. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and a 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven.
That's right, and the remnant was affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven, because they watched themselves get rescued out of that last moment when everybody else, the 10th part of the city, that's talking about America, right?
Yep.
As well as those 7,000, a complete number of people that get destroyed, whether it's by the chariots or whether it's by the ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that'll be shot off to destroy America in certain parts of the earth in World War III.
He said the elect's going to give praise to Yahweh Shem Shah because he said the elect shall scarcely be saved.
Right.
Like as soon as the missiles hit, that's when the elect's going to be beamed up. That's how close it's going to be. It's not going to be like, you know, not. It's going to be like a close call.
Clutch.
Like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get that in what is that? If the elect scarcely be saved. Peter. Yeah, 1 Peter 4. I want to get that 1 Peter right quick. Like that real quick in 1 Peter. That go right now? Let's go.
Revelation 15 and 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High. And I saw it as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark.
Those that have gotten their victory over those strongholds. That got the victory over the strongholds of the so-called white man's empire, the rebirth of the Roman kingdom. What is it called? The Roman Empire, yeah. The rebirth of the Roman Empire. All right? Because their major entities, so to speak, is their military, their church, and their money. And they rule the world from that perspective with destruction. Okay? Putting all nations into subjection up under them. Right, but they get the victory over there. You got it, bro.
And over his mark.
And over his mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip technology, all right? Go ahead, bro.
And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they shall sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh by Shem Shai, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
That's right. Just and true are thy ways. Hey, what is that in Revelation 11? I mean, Hebrews 11 and 6. Like,
Can I say something else?
Go ahead.
That was John the Revelator basically saying he was caught up in the chariot, the so-called UFO. All right, and you can see America burning, man. Burning from thermonuclear destruction.
Done.
Right.
All right, and the elect, you know, the elect that's been caught up in them ships, they're gonna sing praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
Right.
Yeah, because that's when we got delivered in ancient Egypt. We sung praises to the Most High after that great deliverance.
Right.
We're gonna have a great exodus again out of Babylon the Great,
Right.
which is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. We're gonna be brought with a miraculous deliverance. That's why it tells you even that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, that people are gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. All right, because it's going to be something that the world have never witnessed before, man.
Right. Well, it witnessed a similar event, but nobody remembers it. Nobody remembers our deliverance from Egypt.
Well, to a lot of people, it was a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people don't even believe the word anymore.
Right.
In these last days, people will get so damn wicked and ignorant. All right, the world's going to be lacking faith, like the scriptures say.
Yep.
So they even going to think that these things that did happen, they ain't going to even believe it.
And it's not that they're gonna be there, it's now. They don't have it now. It's gonna continue to get worse, but we're already here.
Done.
All right? There is no faith in the earth but from the elect.
Right.
There is no righteousness in the earth but of the hopeful elect. Okay? There was more or no? Okay, go with that real quick.
This is
Romans.
it's Romans chapter 11.
Hebrews, right?
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6.
Yep.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is.
And those elect that he's going to rescue believe that he is. Go ahead.
And that he is a rewarder to them that diligently seek him.
And that he is a rewarder to those that diligently seek him. When we're in the chairs, we're going to sing those praises and those songs that hey, he did it. He did reward us. Okay? But at this point, before we know, it has to be done through faith. You have to believe it wholeheartedly through faith. Now you can go to, you got something right now or no?
Isaiah real quick about the deliverance.
Go ahead. Then you can go back.
Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee.
Yep.
Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed."
What's that indignation? Is the thermonuclear destruction. Okay? That missile fire and that destruction and that tempest. And what's another word
Fire
for
from
it?
the chariots.
The fire from the chariots, the hunger, the destruction, all of the negativity that's going to befall all you other people. All right? It's telling the elect to hide themselves in his bosom, in his chamber, in his chariot, in the so-called UFO to escape all of these perils that's coming.
All the calamities that's coming to America.
Right.
Yeah, the missiles gonna be shot off from Russia, NATO and the EU. All right, because that's in the scriptures, man. NATO and the EU gonna turn on America, and they gonna shoot missiles on us. Right. And all the other countries that got nuclear missile capabilities, they gonna shoot it on America, man. All right, so that's who gonna shoot missiles on this place. Right.
Yeah, and NATO and the EU, they're already turning on America. They just, the Lord got to put the spirit on them to finally carry out that hatred, you know, that the Lord has given them, man. You know, that growing hatred is increasing each day, especially because of DJ Trump, man.
And all the sanctions.
Pissing everybody off.
Right.
You know? So it ain't really far-fetched that can happen. It's gonna happen. Okay? It's back on. Oh, it's a lot. Based off of Isaiah 26, where it says, close the doors. What does that remind you of? It reminds you of what? Noah's Ark.
Yep. Right.
When he allowed Noah and his family to go up in there with those animals,
Exactly right.
and the Lord shut the door of the ark to where nobody could get in, and he couldn't even get out. He locked the door.
Done.
And it was for them to stay in safety, so that they don't be partakers of the indignation, which was the first death,
Right.
the great flood. All right. It's going to happen again, but this time we're going to be in the Lord's elect is going to be in the ships. All right, He's going to make sure the doors is closed so we can actually be safe and we can actually look down and witness the fall and destruction of our enemies. All right? And that's going to be a beautiful moment, man. That's when we're going to be giving praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, man.
Right.
Hey, and like the apostles just recently went into, all the elect are not going to be beamed up into all different ships. We are going to be in the same exact ship with the Lord, man. He's going to be in the big ship. It's going to be the biggest ship out of all the ships. Okay? And we are going to be rejoicing together, man. We're going to be praising the Lord together. All right? He's going to be giving us crowns all at once, man. All them other ships, they're going to be getting busy, man. Destroying shit.
What that ship look like? It look like gold, right?
Yeah.
This is the precept on that. Psalm 68 and 13. Though ye have lain among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver and her feathers with yellow gold. So that's describing the chariots.
Chariot.
Yeah.
Man, we going out in glory, man.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai is sitting on his glory and he's waiting to give his elect that glory, man. And when that moment finally happens, and the men get beamed up there to meet the Lord, it's going to be one big celebratory victory, man. All right? It's going to be like a ceremony. Hey, the wedding, the wedding, the wedding feast. That's going to be us joining together with the Lord, man. After having gotten what? The victory over the wicked, over Satan, the devil, man. You know? You basically just made the wedding feast. All right? You just gotten the victory over the wicked. Now you get to see the destruction of the wicked with your very eyes, man. You know?
I got this chapter going. You break down if you could, Bob, for sure. It's Isaiah chapter 50.
Get back on you, but you can read it out. I'll
just couldn't go with what you just talking about.
I'll break it.
Isaiah chapter 54. I'm gonna start at the top. It says, because it goes into what you're saying. It's a lot of reading. It says, "Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud, that thou didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord." Talking about there's more that'll be destroyed than there is of the elect. All right? It says, "Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles." Pursuing Isaiah the 14th chapter. It says, "And make the desolate cities to be inhabited." Talking about we're going to re-inhabit the world properly, particularly Jerusalem.
Yeah, because that's going to be destroyed.
Yep. On the day.
Get them gutter rats out of there. The land of Israel going to have to be annihilated, man.
And clean up the land of Edom, because we're going to inherit that too.
Yeah, what does the missiles do? It cleans up, man. Fire cleans the nature.
That's right. It says, "Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. For thy maker is thine husband," talking about the wedding, right? It says, "The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the power of the whole earth shall he be called. For the Lord Yahweh hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, that thou wast refused, saith the Most High God. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee."
With great mercies will I gather thee.
Yep.
Meaning everywhere where I've scattered you because of your punishment,
Yep.
when you went off, when you pissed me off, and I casted you out of my land and gave you to the wolves, the beasts,
Yep.
these heathens. but I will have mercy upon you. I will return a remnant of you and gather you through the mercy that I promised to you.
Right.
Okay? Hey, because think about it. Hey, that's why we need to be humble, man.
Yeah.
That the Lord is actually going to extend his mercy to us, Lord willing, we be those men.
Right.
Because we going to barely make it, man. Because the Lord's going to be, when he comes back with that fierce anger, it's like he's going to let loose and everybody
what is that?
damn near is going to get it.
You going to make an end of everybody?
Yeah, man.
It's going to seem like that.
Yeah.
Verse 8, it says, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee.
Yep.
And the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, saith the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me. The first death, this is now the second death that will be coming. All right, the first one was with water, the second one will be with fire, another cleansing agent. All right? It says, for this is as the waters of Noah unto me, for as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. For the mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness, because the missiles is going to do that, to remove the mountains and the hills, whether that's the governments or literally the big ass rocks that stand up and make up a mountain or a hill. He's going to remove that with the destruction. All right, it says, where'd I go? Here it is. Yeah. For the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord Yahweh, that hath mercy on thee. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphires. And I will make, and it's talking about the kingdom, right? It says, and I will make thy widows of agate, or so like windows of agates, and the gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord Yahweh, and great shall be peace of thy children. How is he going to teach us? By downloading the righteousness within us, all right? It's automatic. The second covenant is going to be automatically within us. And when the brother said we're gonna leave in style, we're gonna leave in chariots, the big fathership chariot in style, as well as when we come back down, we're gonna have the kingdom of heaven on earth. It's gonna be in style in great glory.
Yeah, because we're gonna have you build it up.
That's right.
We'll have all you nations. You're gonna go and dig and find all these precious jewels, these minerals, these stones. And you're gonna build, literally, you're gonna build Jerusalem, the city. You're gonna build it up with those precious minerals and stones, man.
That's right.
Everything is gonna be sparkling and shining.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna leave off a glow. It's gonna be shiny and clean and pure.
All the gold that you Rothschild stole.
Yeah. You know. This is all part of that reward, man. If the elect, if the men of the Lord endure unto the end,
Right.
This is what He got prepared for us, man. You know.
Yeah, Jerusalem's gonna be that's gonna be the headquarters, man.
That's gonna be the galaxy.
But the whole earth is gonna be beautiful, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's more. It says, in righteousness shalt thou be established, that thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear from the terror, for it shall not come near thee. It's clearly talking about the future. Somebody can roll up on us right now, right? It says, behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Yeah, the modern day scientists, man.
Right.
Bring forth the missiles, man.
Right.
You know?
That's right. And I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh.
You kind of read through all that.
But it all tied in.
It does tie in, though. So the Lord created the missiles for the destruction of this current kingdom, so that He could set up the righteous kingdom.
That's right.
This world right here is gonna pass away with fervent heat.
That's right.
Okay? Nuclear destruction. In order for us to even get the kingdom, that's how the Lord gotta uproot this.
Yeah.
It's unclean, it's defiled, it's wicked.
And look how beautiful he's doing it, because he isn't, I mean, it's crumbling on its own, but just from us chanting it down. We're chanting it down with the righteous word to the Heavenly Father. All right, so it's starting to be uprooted and dug up and crumbled this way, but when it's actually fully destroyed, it's gonna happen within an hour. It's gonna be a quick thing that happens.
It's gonna happen real quick.
And my CBMs was 20-25 minutes, something like that.
Yep.
To reach the other side of the world.
Yep.
And the Lord got to take this place out by violence.
Yep.
Because the so-called white man, this his whole nature is violence, man.
Yep.
So he got to be taken out by violence, man.
Right.
That's how kingdoms go down, man, by violence, man. Don't go bound by,
Hey, here, sign this paper over.
treaties or no shit
Hey,
like that.
like the Rothschilds got the land of Israel.
Yeah.
You can't just make a Balfour Declaration and now you get it, you get the new kingdom. That's not how it works.
Down by violence, man.
The Lord is a man of war.
Con.
All right. Anybody else got something?
Yeah, real quick.
Go ahead.
Dealing with created the waster to destroy, talking about the missiles. Now we're going into the salvation of Israel, where the elect are going to be safe from the nuclear destruction. And then when I read Isaiah 26, where it says that enter into thy chambers and shut the doors, that the indignation be overpassed. That links back to Revelation 11, where it says, "Come up hither," and the elect basically were beamed up, and their enemies beheld them, and they were affrighted.
Yep.
That's because once we go up, these other nations are going to see us go up, and they're going to be shitting in their drawers, right? Pissing themselves, and then the missiles are going to strike, and that's what it's going to cause. Like the scripture, like it says in Jeremiah, Isaiah, I will send fanners. That's going to blow like a wind. The Lord says He's going to sweep them with the bosom of destruction.
Get that
the besom of destruction.
Get that Sarah Connor.
Yeah,
if you remember that scene in that movie, that's what happened. It was like a fan blew that indignation and fire upon the whole land. It blew everything down.
Yeah. And then it causes an earthquake.
Con.
All right. Now, when you read this, it's Jeremiah 49, and where you at?
I was at Jeremiah 51.
Jeremiah 49 and 21.
Jeremiah 49 to 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
The earth is moved, meaning it's going to tremble, it's going to shake to and fro. At whose fall? The wicked. Who's the border of wickedness? Pursuing the prophet Malachi. The Edomites. So at the fall of these Edomites, which they're the current ruling class people, all right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We're under the current rulership of the Edomites. This is telling you what's going to happen during their fall, man. Read that again.
The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
And what could cause such a destruction on the magnitude of a big earthquake being a final result? Nuclear detonation. Okay.
Nuclear detonation.
That's going to cause the whole earth, especially when there's multiple of them going off. Okay. See, we've got to see through history them use the atomic bomb. Certain ballistic missiles, atomic bombs. All right, we see the impact that carries, but you have not seen an actual nuclear attack. All right, that has way more greater force than an atomic bomb. Okay, but ignore these people, man. All right. The nuclear blast is going to cause a straight up devastating earthquake. It's going to be worse than what hit Haiti. Okay? Way worse. It's going to be worse than, San Francisco in 1906. It's going to be worse than Northridge in 94. Okay? The whole earth is going to shake. That's why it's going to be important that you're of the elect, because you're going to be safe from that.
That's right.
Isaiah 24:19. The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
That's it. That's when the Lord is basically going to throw down this man's system.
That's right.
That's how he's going to throw it down, man. Okay? And right now, we're announcing that to you Edomites, man. You Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, all you higher-ups, this is how the Lord's going to dethrone your empire.
That's right.
Okay? Hey, Jeremiah, when the Lord put the word in his mouth to speak what he's spoken against ancient Babylon, it carried out. It carried out, man. And it carried out. Go to Jeremiah 1 real quick. And started like around the 9th verse. Because, hey, the Lord gave that to all his prophets, man. We're a sign of your kingdom being ready to be thrown down. Uprooted and cast down and destroyed, man. We're pronouncing it because the Lord already said it. We're speaking his words. You get that?
Jeremiah 9, chapter 1, verse 9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
Yep. The Lord put his words in the prophet's mouth. All right, go ahead.
See, I have this day set over thee the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
Now, did that literally mean that Jeremiah was going to actually go and take down he was going to go down and take down the Babylonians, and then he was going to go and take down the Medo-Persian Empire, and then he was going to build the kingdom up for Israel? No. What that meant was you're going to prophesy of the oncoming destruction of these different, the current empire that you're currently under, all right? Through the words that I give you, you're going to speak it into existence. Through your words that I put in your mouth, it's actually going to bring down, it's going to cast down the empire of the Babylonians.
Right.
Well, guess what? Jeremiah, when he was in ancient Babylon, he prophesied of this Babylon, of the fall and destruction of this current wicked Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. All right, and he talked about how this place was going to go out.
Right.
All right, and also the building of what? Of the tabernacle of David.
Building our people up spiritually.
Building up Israel. Okay, like it's King Solomon. There's a time to root up.
Time to pluck up that which
pluck
was planted.
up that's which was planted. You know, it's a time for everything.
Time for war.
Yeah.
No time to plant. No time to reap that which was planted.
Yeah. Well, right now, we're speaking the words of the Most High that declared the destruction and fall of Babylon the Great, man, America. And this whole so-called white man's power structure.
Right.
All right? That's what the prophets, that's what they had the ability to do through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And it came right to pass. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 11. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree.
He basically saw a branch of an almond tree. And the almond tree is native to the Fertile Crescent. All right, that's actually where you grow your almonds at, over there in the Levant, man. Okay, and the almond tree is the earliest. It's the earliest tree that actually blossoms in the seasons, because the almonds start to grow on the tree before the leaves even come in.
Right.
So what the Lord was basically saying, this was basically the Lord being he was speaking parabolically. Basically, it was a emblem of a promptitude. That basically what you see, what you just saw, is a figment of what I'm going to actually make happen. Basically, this word is like unto that almond tree, which what I speak to you is going to come to pass quickly.
The apostles' elders, like it, bro. The apostles' elders planted the seeds, and now, before the tree is fully dressed, the fruit of that tree is starting to come to pass.
Yeah.
Like before the full leaves, before the full blossom of it, the truth is coming to pass. Meaning, the prophecies and all the wisdom that's being grown upon this tree is starting to grow. It's starting to be built up.
Yeah.
Before the actual time of the harvest.
Yeah, and you're gonna get to see everything blossom.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Then said the Lord unto me, Thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch over my word. I'm gonna make it quick with haste to actually perform the words that I speak through you. That's why when you go to was that Isaiah 55 and like was that like 9 or 10? You know, get that real quick. And this is the reason why Esau is trying to put a stop to this, man.
Yep.
Okay. This is why he wanted to demonize us and categorize us, you know, place us under the label of a terrorist.
Kind.
Only because we're speaking the words of the Most High, and he despises it, you know? Isaiah 55.
9, is it?
Like 8.
My thoughts are not your thoughts?
No, 10.
10.
Yeah.
Isaiah 55 verse 10, For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud.
Basically that's the process of how things grow. The rain comes and waters the earth and fertilizes it, you know, so on and so forth, and it begins to sprout up. Right?
That it may give seed to the sower.
It's a process, is what he's talking about. Go ahead, bro.
And bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth.
Look how far down the line that process works. From the rain came the herb or the plant or whatever, the wheat or whatever, the grain that came from the earth that ended up being bread for the eater to eat. That long process is how the Heavenly Father's playing this thing out. You get to see it start with the rain, all the way down to the bud coming from the ground, all the way till it comes up to a tree, till it's harvested, until it's broken down into meal, until it's baked into bread, and to the eater is now eating. The whole full process.
He's comparing that to basically his word is going to do a work.
It's going to be a full process.
It's going to be a full process that you're going to see happening.
That's right.
And you're going to see it. You're going to get to see it play out. Okay. And the Lord, hey, we have the sure words of prophecy. Man.
That's right.
Okay. Go ahead.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Right.
For ye shall.
And that's why they hated the prophets, man. Because they know, like,
Dude,
damn,
they said something.
if he say something, it's getting ready to happen.
That's why who was that? They were like, hey, was that hey man, you coming in peace?
You come in peace?
Yeah.
I think it was in Samuel.
No. I don't come unless there's something bad about to go down. No?
Yeah.
Go on there, though.
We should go.
Hey, because
That was
even King David said it. It was, I think, Psalms 120. He said, I am for peace, but when I speak, they're for war.
Yep.
And what do the prophets prophesy of?
Jeremiah
28 and 8, man. You know? And we're in the final kingdom of the earth.
Kind.
This is the last one.
That's right.
Daniel didn't prophesy of an actual beast coming after the fourth one. He prophesied that the fourth one was going to go down and then it was going to spring back up, but it was going to be the leg and the feet of it. But after that, that's it.
It's the last leg, so to speak.
You on your last leg, that's it, man. Ain't gonna be no other beasts arising after that.
And if you remember in that vision, right, that dream, what happened? came, we know that Yahushua came and broke those toes open, man.
Yeah, talk about that stone.
Yep.
That's this is with Daniel the 2nd chapter.
Yep.
That stone is gonna come down and break his feet into pieces, man.
That's right.
You know?
How y'all doing, man?
What's up, man?
All right.
Can't hit brothers with just one.
What's up, man?
What you need?
One. Huh?
What you need?
Hitting my brothers, man.
Okay.
Hitting
All
my
right.
brothers with one, man. That's all I need, man. Just know my brothers still here.
All right.
We still here.
All right,
We
bro.
ain't dead yet.
All right.
So,
Go ahead.
thank you, brothers.
Look me back in
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 1. Okay.
No.
Isaiah 55. Shit.
I have Psalms.
It was in 28.
28.
Or Jeremiah 28.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit this real quick while he's grabbing that.
Hey, because like dealing with this current controversy with extremism, they like to say because Yahushua was basically saying the bad things that was gonna happen, he was extreme for saying it. But he came in peace.
Con.
But he prophesied of evil, of war.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay, he didn't come on no extremist shit when he was on the scene 2,000 years ago.
Right.
He was actually coming peaceful.
Yeah.
We're coming peaceful.
Yeah.
We ain't out here causing riots or nothing like that.
Extremist means to take action.
Right.
And Yahushua didn't take no action. You
No.
know, it was niggas that was trying to throw him off cliffs and stone him, and he still was peaceful.
Hey, you're not calling these Hollywood directors or writers that write all these gory and horror movies. You're not calling them extremists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just speaking the words of a book we didn't even write.
Yeah.
But now you want to label us extremists?
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesied both against countries, against great kingdoms.
Because Salaki, like the brother was quoting with King David in Psalm 120 and 7, he said, yeah, I came peaceful, but my words were full of war. And so that's when the prophets come. They prophesied of many kingdoms, of destruction of many kingdoms, right?
Both against many countries.
Of many countries and many kingdoms.
Against great kingdoms, of war.
Against war, evil, and pestilence.
Evil and pestilence.
Came with negative things. Things that would be considered war.
Yep. Yeah. And that's, you know, if you ain't prophesying about those things, then you ain't really a prophet.
Yeah.
You ain't even a prophet,
They
man.
say that if you come as a prophet that prophesied of peace.
When there is no peace.
Yeah. Ain't no peace coming in the immediate. You don't need to warn anybody of good things that are coming.
Con.
Good.
Those are surprises. Those are all right.
There's no good in this society. There's no good in America. There's no good in the world. Because the righteous is not in authority.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you can lie to yourself and say things is peaceful or getting peaceful, but meanwhile, those people over there in Yemen, they don't feel the same way.
Right.
When people in Syria, they don't feel the same way. Okay? Over there in Iraq, they don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
The whole Middle East don't feel that way.
Con.
But according to prophecy, when the real people return back to that side of the world, it's gonna become peaceful.
Right.
There ain't no peace right now. America is over there tearing shit down, man.
Right.
Trying to compete for world dominance, okay, against the Russians and the Chinese and the Iraqi people, Iran, you know, so on and so forth, man.
Trying to own that region.
Yeah,
Ain't that so-called Columbus Day tomorrow?
yeah.
That's what they do, man.
You're about to see.
That's the spirit right there. Peace on fall, man.
Yeah,
That's
what's
America.
Fat ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. You Edomites, y'all gonna fall hard, man.
Con.
Real hard. Okay, you already divided up in this society. Hey, last night,
Con,
showed
con,
you
bro,
that.
con.
Right out here in Vegas, right at the T-Mobile.
Peace on that nigga.
There was a straight up Edomite nigga moment last night.
Right.
All right, them curses is getting on y'all, man.
Yep.
All right.
White on white crime, man.
Yeah.
The new, y'all the new niggas, man.
Yeah.
Y'all the ones that full of calamity now.
They black,
we laugh
bro.
at y'all. Yeah, y'all really the blacks.
It was black
we laugh
people
at
last
y'all.
night.
Con.
Black people whooping each other ass in them stands, man.
Said a bunch of black niggas, bro.
Bunch of black ass niggas with pale flesh. You know?
Con.
I got a precept.
Yeah, get y'all.
Jeremiah 5:14. Wherefore thus saith the Lord power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Yeah, and this place is being totally devoured, man, with the word of the Most High's mouth, the spirit of his mouth. This is how this devil is going down, man. We're speaking his destruction as it is actually happening. We're in the process of Esau's kingdom being uprooted and thrown down. All right? So we're playing a major role in his fall.
Right.
Okay, and then we're going to finally, at the end of it, after all of it is accomplished, we're going to actually get to witness the end of it.
Con.
Get Psalms 91. That's going to be the final moment. That's going to be it. Hey, it is finished. Just like when Yahweh Shai, when he fulfilled his mission to die on that cross, and he said, it is finished. You know? That represented the end of not only his mission to save Israel, but also the destruction of Esau, man. All right?
And the victory over death.
And get the victory, man.
To the top.
Yeah, you can get it. Shit, we can go into the chapter. Man.
Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Hey, it's, the secret place is synonymous with the chariots, but as well as its wisdom. You can't get into that secret place of the chambers of the chariot without having the wisdom. All right? Go ahead, bro.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence.
And what is that?
Yeah.
Get Psalms, was that 7, and I believe it's 11. What he's going to deliver us from. Yeah.
Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors.
And that's what's going to cause that noisome pestilence, man.
Yep. Oh, I got one.
All right? The instrument for his work, the weapons of his indignation.
Con.
Okay? Psalms 91 is about the elect being saved from the weapons of his indignation. All right? We're going to get to witness the impact of the weapons of his indignation. All right? Those arrows that the Lord basically allowed this devil to create for his own destruction. Hey, last night was kind of spiritual.
Yeah.
Because Khabib representing Russia, that's Gog and Magog.
A lot of Russians that fought last night.
Them Russians was getting down with these Edomites here, man. All right, and that spirit is just, it's in the air because the Lord put that tension between the two.
Right.
All right, your rivals, Magog and Gog and Magog, or the Medes, they're against Babylon, man. Your enemies, your rivals. But these happen to be